Hey guys, it's Rebecca Overson here with the Art of Building a Successful Massage Practice, and I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna go through a crap ton of math with you guys today. And if that sounds scary, it is. All right, but here's why I'm doing this. You know, as business owners, and if you wanna succeed for yourself, you have to learn to do things that you don't like to do. It would be so nice if we could just have somebody else filling our calendar and somebody else running our businesses and somebody else doing all of the marketing for us. But the fact of the matter is that when you're a sole practitioner or when you are self-employed, it is all on you. And one of the things that I have noticed so much talking to hundreds, if not thousands of massage therapists, is we tend to be a little bit number phobic. And I'm telling you right now, numbers don't lie. But so many people that I've talked to and looking at their business and why they're struggling, we realize, in fact, all three people I talked to today on a 60-minute discovery call, all three people are running unsustainable businesses. So wouldn't you rather find out right now if you're running an unsustainable business or you're running a business that's literally doomed to succeed from the start just because your numbers are off? Wouldn't you want to know that now so that you can do something about it? Okay, so even though this whole crazy whiteboard behind me is full of all of these numbers and everything, I'm going to walk you guys through this because knowledge is power. Okay, so if you want to be empowered, then grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. Well, probably a pencil because you might want to erase some things. And I want to really walk you through this. Okay, so listen, so many people tell me I want to make, let's just say $5,000 a month. They say, you know, I would love to be making $5,000 a month in my massage therapy practice. Well, the first question I have for you is that gross or net? Like, in other words, is that what you want your business to generate in sales volume? Or is that what you want to pay yourself? And so many massage therapists get this confused. They say, well, if my business is doing $5,000 in sales, then I should be able to pay myself like $4,500. You know, my expenses are pretty low. And that is the number one lie. That's the number one mistake in your math, is that you're aiming too low. If your business makes $5,000 in a month, you personally do not make $5,000 in a month. So that's the first thing I want you guys to get super clear about. What your business makes is not what you make. Now, having a profitable and thriving business is definitely going to help you as a business owner. But imagine you have an employee and you charge $100 for an hour massage. The employee would not expect to take home $100. They would expect to take home 25, 30, for some percentage of that. So when you're self-employed, remember, you yourself are employed by you. You are an employee of your own business. So don't make the mistake of thinking that what you charge is what you earn. Okay, you guys with me so far? Guys, I know there's a bunch of you watching live with me right now, so if you have any questions or anything you want to comment, put it in the chat for me, okay? So here's the problem, that when you say, I want to make $5,000 a month, and you think if your business makes that, then you should be able to pay yourself like $4,000, you're aiming way too low. Now listen, the way you get true numbers and data to really find out what it costs you to run your business is, quite frankly, a couple years worth of really solid profit and loss statements. And if you don't know what that means, then you definitely need my help, because you're not thinking like a business owner, which is the second mistake that a lot of massage therapists make in this arena, is they're just thinking, I'm just gonna make some money and then I'm just gonna put it in my bank account, just go spend it, whatever I need, I just take from my business bank account, or I don't even have a business bank account, I just put it in my personal checking account, is that bad? And I'm like, only if you don't want an IRS audit, okay? So thinking like a business owner means really considering your cash flow, considering your expenses, and things like your own taxes, your business taxes, your expenses, your licenses, your insurance, and also just having money to reinvest in the growth of your business. I talk to a lot of people who want to have, they want to have a wellness center, they want to grow, they want to expand. But you guys, that takes a lot of capital. That takes a lot of money. So if your business is running so lean that you pull in $5K in sales and you pay yourself $4K, your business is basically going to be running at a loss, okay? Which is great for the IRS. You're not going to be paying much in taxes, but a business is supposed to generate revenue. That's the definition of a business, okay? All right, so here's the deal. What I suggest, just loosely, without doing an in-depth financial analysis, which I'm obviously not going to do here for any of you, is to double it. The amount you want to pay yourself is the first question you should be asking. How much do I want to take home every month working as a massage therapist in my own practice? What is that number? Not that covers your bills. Oh my gosh, that's the other thing. So many people are like, well, this just covers my bills. I want to know what's the number where you can thrive, where you have enough money to pay your bills, and then you have money for savings and investments and retirement and emergencies and all of the things that build long-term financial security. That's another one of the costs of aiming too low, is you're just thinking, what do I need just to get by? It's like we're afraid of being seen as greedy. You guys deserve to thrive, not just survive, right? So I say, decide what is the amount that you want your take-home pay to be, like your own paycheck, and then double it. And that number doubled is your gross revenue goal for your business. Are you guys with me so far? Okay. It's backwards. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it would be backwards. It might fix itself when I actually post the video, you guys, but I thought that my numbers might be backwards. That's why I'm not necessarily going to rely on this to walk you through, but I literally just did spend 35 minutes creating this damn whiteboard for you. Okay, so we'll see. Bear with me. All right, maybe I'll create a little PDF or something that you guys can download later. All right, so you guys know what that number is for yourself. What do you want your take-home pay to be? Let's say it's $5,000. Okay, that's a nice salary for a massage therapist. Okay. Okay, now, so then your business gross revenue goals, again, just loosely, you guys, double it. That means your business should be selling $10,000 worth of your services in order to reliably and consistently pay you $5,000. Unless you're like totally bleeding out and spending ungodly amounts of money on Yelp advertising or something, which I hope you've been around me long enough to know not to do that, then you're after all of your expenses, you should be able to generally pay yourself about 50%. Now that's going to vary, you guys, but okay, just for the purpose of demonstration here. All right. So, okay, now I know this is backwards and that's going to be useless, but like I said, I think when I post it, it might actually flip around. Okay, now, so here's the problem. Can you guys at least see this? Can you see this right here? Let me get my handy dandy pointer. Actually, I'm in a different pointer. Okay. $60 an hour. You guys see this? Okay. $65 an hour, even though it's backwards for those of you watching live. $75, $85, $95, and $100. Let me show you the problem with charging too little. Okay. So this is what I've got here so far. This is for people that want to do 15 sessions a week. That's the next thing, is you got to figure out how many sessions a week do you want to do? And I'm just talking 60-minute sessions. If you do 90 or 120, that's a little bit different. But I just did this calculation based on an average session, which is 60 minutes. Okay. All right. Let me just recap for a minute. Okay. So number one, decide what you want to pay yourself every month. Step one. Step two, double that. And that is your gross revenue goal for your business, which means your business needs to generate that much in sales in order to reliably and consistently pay yourself that amount that is for you to not only survive, but thrive. Got it? Okay, now step three is, how many sessions a week do you want to do? Everybody knows what their sweet spot is, don't you? You guys put it in the comments. What's your sweet spot? How many sessions a week do you love to do? It feels good to you. What's the max that you want to do? And don't think like, oh, I could totally do 40 sessions a week if I wanted to. That's crazy and you're going to burn out. For most people, it's 15, 20, or 25. Most people that I talk to anyway, okay? So 15 a week, 20 a week, or 25 a week. Okay. See this so far? You guys with me so far? Let me just check in the comments really quick. Okay, good. All right, perfect. All right, now, what I've done here is I've created this whole little matrix where you can see what your gross revenue will be, maxing out your sessions per week at whichever amount you decided, okay? So again, if it's 15 60-minute sessions a week, 20 60-minute sessions a week, or 25 60-minute sessions a week, okay? So here's what we have here. At $60 an hour, 15 sessions a week equates to 68 appointments a month, and this is important. 20 sessions a week equates to 90 appointments a month. 25 sessions a week equates to 113 a month, and how I arrived at that equation was simply multiplying 15 a week by 4.5, which is the average amount of weeks that there are in any given month. It's not 4, it's 4.5, okay? All right, so 15 a week, 68 a month, $60 sessions will gross you $4,080. You guys with me so far? You can even write this down if you want to. Hold on, I gotta move my camera over so you can see that. At 65, you're grossing $44.20. At 75 an hour, you're grossing $5,100. Your business is grossing that much, okay? All right. At 85 an hour, you're grossing $57.80. This is like, you guys, this is maxed out. This is you being full every single week, okay? So at 85 an hour, it's $57.80. At 95 an hour, it's $64.60, $6,460. And at 100 an hour, it's $6,800. You guys with me so far? I know it's backwards, you guys. I know it's backwards. But the point is, I want you to do the math for yourself as we do this. I just have this chart, which is going to make most of you go cross-eyed anyway, but follow along with me, okay? I think when I repost it, it'll be right way up. But since I'm using my camera in selfie mode, it's reversed, okay? Okay, so got it so far? So that's 15 a week at whatever you're charging. You guys also put in the comments for me, put down, because I can work with some of you if you want to get this clear. Put down the number of sessions you want to do per week and what you're currently charging or what you would like to charge, okay? So again, I just chose those price points because that's what I hear the most is 60, 65, 75, 85, 95, and 100. Now, obviously, some of you might charge more than 100. You might charge something like that, but this is all I had room for on my whiteboard, okay? All right, now those of you wanting to do 20 a week, that's 90 possible appointments a month. And at 60 an hour, it's $5,400. At 65 an hour, it's $58.50. At 75 an hour, it's $67.50. At 85 an hour, you could gross $76.50. At 95 an hour, you could gross $85.50. And at 100 an hour, you could gross $9K per month. You with me so far? Okay. All right. Now, at 25 sessions a week, that would be $113 a month. Okay. Now, at the $60 an hour price point, the most you could make is $67.80. At the $65 price point, the most you could make is $73.45. At the $75 an hour price point, it's $84.75. And at the $85 an hour price point, it's $96.05. At 95 an hour, it's $10,735 for your gross revenue. And at 100 an hour, it's $11,300 for your gross revenue. Okay? Okay, good. So Cynthia, thank you. You guys, I'm happy to work with you. I have a minute to do that. So Cynthia wants 15 clients a week at 60 an hour. So Cynthia, you're right here. The most you will ever be able to gross, assuming your schedule is 100% full with full paying clients, is $4,080 per month. That is your business revenue, not yours, personal. Okay, that's your business revenue. Okay, so now let's take this a little bit step further, because this is another thing that a lot of massage therapists get totally wrong, and they wonder why they're not making enough money at the end of the year. And they're Evie, this is, or I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Evie or Evie. I haven't gotten to. It doesn't matter how many days per week. It actually is up to you guys, okay? Because if let's say Cynthia wants to see 15 clients a week, maybe Cynthia wants to see 5 clients 3 days a week. Maybe she wants to see, 3 clients 5 days a week. That's up to you. That doesn't matter. Does that make sense? It's not, like Julia said, it's not how many days a week. That doesn't matter. It's how many clients you see in a week, depending on what your schedule is and all of that stuff. Okay, good. All right, so Tiffany, good. 20 clients a week at $75 an hour. So Tiffany, the max you would ever gross in your business is $7,650, assuming you're seeing 20 consistent clients every single week during that month period, charging $75 an hour. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, thanks, Evie. Okay, now you guys, this is what I'm getting to. This is where a lot of people totally screw up, and this is why charging 60 or 65 or even 75 an hour is actually an unsustainable business for many of you. Okay, now here's what I'm now looking at. And again, you guys, I know as I'm doing this live, this is backwards. If when I post it, it doesn't turn itself around, then I'll print out a little PDF or something like that you guys can download on my website to follow along, okay? All right, now let's look at time. So that was in sessions on the top here. This is in sessions. Now let's actually look at the time, the hours it takes you to do this. So what I've done here is I've assumed that it takes you an hour and a half to do a 60-minute session. Because, you want to be ready 15 minutes before, you're going to greet your client, do the session, and then you need 15 minutes in between to check out your client, flip your table, and all of that stuff, okay? So again, I'm going to pad this a little heavily because, we don't want to underestimate. We want to give kind of worst case scenario here is that it's going to take you an hour and a half of your time for each 60-minute session. A lot of you in solo practice do leave 30 minutes in between your appointment, and I think that that's wise because that way you're not like, you have time to like eat and go pee and all that stuff, okay? So now here we go into the time factor, all right? So this is the 15 a week. This actually, I should just write this in here, hold on. This is 15 a week. This is 20 a week. And this is 25 right here, okay? I just want to make sure that we carry those over properly. I know I wrote that off the screen. That's more for my own reference, you guys. Okay, you guys stay with me. Anybody's eyeballs crossing yet? All right? And let me know what questions you have as we go along. Okay, so 68 sessions a month at an hour and a half each means each month you will be doing, so this is for those of you that are 15 a week, that's 68 sessions a month times 1.5 hours to do each of those sessions is 102 hours each month, or 23 hands-on hours each week. So just know this, those of you that want to do 15 sessions, it's going to take you about 23 hours to do that. Okay? Those of you that are doing 20 sessions per week, it's going to take you about 30 hours to do that. Again, using my calculation of about an hour and a half for each appointment. We're just looking at time now, the time it takes. Okay, like if you were an hourly employee, you would want to be looking at how many hours you're punching the time clock. Okay, those of you that are at 25 sessions a week, that is, it's 113 a month, so it's 169.5 hours a month, and that breaks down to 38 hands-on hours a week. Here's the problem with that. With 25 hours a week, if it takes you 38 hours to do that, and my rule is you need to commit at least 10 hours a week, at least 10 hours a week running your business, running it. Some of you are only doing sessions and your business isn't growing because you're not working on the business. So there's working in the business, doing massage therapy, and there's working on the business, which is all of your marketing, your networking, your, just all of the business related CEO type of tasks, okay? So 25 a week, you're gonna be doing about 38 hands-on hours a week, and I think that's too much. Unless you really wanna work 50 hours a week, that's too much. So for most of you, the sweet spot is about 20 sessions a week, because that's 30 hands-on hours, and then that does give you that extra 10 hours to actually work on your business, okay? Okay, good. All right, so now, okay, let me move my camera over just a skosh. There we go. Okay, and guys, again, I know this is backwards for those who are watching live, but take notes. Be good students and take notes, all right? Now I've added on the 10 hours that it takes to run your business. So 15 sessions per week, plus the 10 hours, all the hands-on time, that's a 33-hour work week at a minimum. 20 sessions a week, plus the time to work on your business, is a 40-hour work week at a minimum. 25 sessions a week, hands-on hours, plus 10 hours minimum to run your business, that's 48 hours. Okay, again, some of you may want to be workaholics and work 50, 60 hours a week. That's up to you, but I'm just letting you know the numbers are going to tell you the truth. And if you only want to work 40 hours a week or less, then you should be in the 20 to 15 session per week range. Okay. All right. Now, I totally had so much fun creating this for you guys. All right. So now we're going to break this into dollars, and this is where the truth comes out. Okay. So what I did here was I then just divided, I took the 60, 65, 75, 85, 95, and $100 price point, and I divided the gross revenue by the hours it takes to do that. Okay? So if you are at 15 sessions per week and you're charging $60 an hour, your business is grossing on average. Now, this is all of the time. This is not per session, because you guys, you need to be paid for the hours you're working on the business. How many of you are making the mistake of thinking that you only need to be paid in the hours that you're doing massages? Right? That's when you're generating revenue. But aren't you working all of those other hours? Why are you doing that for free? Some people are like, oh, because I'm the business owner and I just need to sacrifice and be the martyr. And I'm like, stop that. Factor in all of the hours that you're working on your business so that you can get paid, and you do have to adjust your rates accordingly. But why not? Make sure you get paid for the hours that you're working on your business, doing your business development. Okay, so the problem is if you're only charging $60 an hour and you're at the 15 sessions a week workload, using my formula of an estimate of what your business grosses, you should be able to take home half of that. If you're only charging $60 an hour, your estimated take-home pay is $13 an hour. May as well go work at a franchise, guys. That's why $60 an hour has got to go. Okay? $13 an hour, like you could make more as a shift manager at Taco Bell or Wendy's or McDonald's and also have really great benefits. Are you guys with me? $60 an hour has got to go. Stop it. And you have massage therapist friends that are doing that, show them this video and say your big sister Rebecca wants you to knock that shit off, okay? All right, now let's look at $65 an hour. Okay, now by the way, hold up. Let's look at 20 sessions per week. Okay, if you're doing 20 sessions per week, that's more hours that you're generating revenue so you can make more money, but you're still only at $15 an hour for take-home pay if you're a massage therapist who charges $60 an hour and does 20 clients a week. $15! $15! You guys look better than working at Walmart, but who wants to do that? You guys are healers. You're healers. You make more money being a dental assistant, okay? And you're an entrepreneur and you're running your own business. Who would do all of that for $15 an hour? Not this girl. You shouldn't either. Okay. Now, let's say those of you just really burning the midnight oil doing 25 sessions a week at $60 an hour. Okay, well, you make a whole whopping 50 cents more per hour that you work, okay? So again, that's a 48-hour work week and you're making $15.50 per hour. Yeah, exactly. Okay? That doesn't work. So that's why $60 an hour needs to end in this industry. All right, now let's take a look at $65 an hour. All right, so those of you at 15 hours a week, charging $65 an hour, your estimated take-home pay is $14.50 freaking cents. I don't want to get up in the morning for that. You shouldn't either. Okay, now if you're doing 20 sessions per week, you're making a whopping $16 an hour. Okay, and if you're at 25 sessions a week, it's $17 an hour. So anybody interested in running your whole business and being paid $17 an hour for all the blood, sweat, and tears and the headaches that you put up with and the fear that you have to step through, self-promotion and all of that stuff, is $17 an hour worth it to you? Again, as a single mom with 3 kids, I can't live on $17 an hour, okay? I just can't do that. I literally, here, if somebody do the math, okay? Look, the gross revenue, the take-home pay for $17 an hour, okay, is about $59,000 a year, I think. Did I do that right? No. 25, yeah. My take-home pay would be about $59,000 a year if I'm working 11 months out of the year, okay? Now, that's okay, but like for like a family of 4 or a family of 5, some of you guys are really pulling the load, that's just not enough, okay? Actually, I don't think I did that right. I don't think that number is right. But $17 an hour working 50 hours a week, who wants to do that? I don't. Okay, so can we just say $65 an hour is not cool? Because again, you guys were talking about thriving, not just surviving, okay? All right, so now let's take a look at $75 an hour. So this is, all right, I got to do some more lines here so I keep this straight, okay? $75 an hour, and God bless the USA, you guys. I am going to have to put all this in a spreadsheet. I'm definitely going to give this to my students, but we'll see if I can make this available to you guys in this free Facebook group, okay? So now we're at $75 an hour. Okay, so now you've got a 33-hour work week. If you're charging $75 at 15, so that's 15 sessions a week, 33-hour work week, you're making $17 an hour. 17, yeah, no, this is my business school, you guys. What are you talking about? This is why I love it. You guys are like, this needs to be in the business. No, listen, this is why I'm here, you guys, because as far as I can tell, nobody's ever really nobody went in depth like this when I was in massage school in 1994, for heaven's sake. Okay, so at $75 an hour, now I think we're barely starting to get on the map. But still, you guys tell me, you want to be making $17 an hour for all the work you're doing running your business? Does that number get you excited? $17 an hour? Could you get a better job for $17 an hour? Some of you left high-paying corporate jobs where you were making like 6 figures a year. You were making it $25 an hour, $40 an hour. So I don't really get juiced up by making 17 an hour for doing massage therapy and running my business and all of that stuff. Yes, Amy, so this is 33 hours. No. It's 23 hours of hands-on at 15 a week. It's 23 hours of hands-on plus 10 to run your business. It's 33 total hours. Okay? Now you're paying yourself 74. Sorry, 17. I combined 34 and 17. You're paying yourself 17 an hour. If you're doing 20 sessions per week, that goes up to $18.50. And if you're doing 25 sessions per week, again, pulling a 50-hour work week, you're making $19.50 for the time to do massages and to run your business. So again, you guys, most people don't think this way. They only think about the hands-on hours, but they're not thinking about the time that they need to run the business. Don't you think you guys should get paid for all of it? And the reason you're not is because you're not knowing the math and you're not knowing the numbers. And we are our biggest obstacles in the massage industry is our stupidity. And I don't mean that like as an insult. I'm just saying we don't think this through. It's our own ignorance. I know, Kevin, I know it's backwards. Okay? Because I'm in selfie mode here. All right. Take notes, you guys. I can't write backwards. All right. So about $19.50 an hour? Or does that, anybody want to work 50 hours a week and be paid $19.50 an hour? May as well work in construction or something else. Okay? Just think about it. Okay? So that's why I think maybe even 75. And again, it's different. Everybody has different needs. Everybody has different needs. But the numbers are going to tell the truth. And one of the biggest mistakes I made was not knowing my numbers and just crossing my fingers and holding my breath and just hoping that it all added up. And boy, was I wrong. I mean, that literally cost me 8 years of my career, just putting my head in the sand because I was too scared to look at the numbers. Yeah, I know, right? They make way more than that in construction and it's way more dangerous. All right. I mean, now you guys factor in things like childcare. How many of you have to put your kids in daycare or childcare to go to work? And it costs you like, let's say $10 an hour. Okay, great. Minus, now you're making $9.50 an hour. What's the point? What's the point? Okay? Okay, so maybe 75 an hour has to go. If it was me, I'd say no bueno. I mean, if somebody offered me a job at a spa, 40 hours a week, and said, I'll pay you $20 an hour, I'd be like, hell no. I'm worth way more than that. My time is worth way more than that. Okay, now let's look at 85 an hour. Okay, so again, for those of you wanting to do 15 sessions a week, that is a total with the time to run your business and your hands-on, that's 33 hours. And now you are at $19.50 an hour. Okay? Then 20 sessions a week, which is a total of a 40-hour work week, is $21 an hour. And 25 sessions a week, which is a almost 50-hour work week, 50. Now you're making $22 an hour to work 50 hours a week. Anybody want that? If I told you you could work 50 hours a week, but I'd pay you $22 an hour, would you want that? Okay? So that would basically, I didn't do the annual revenue, but somebody take 4802 and multiply that by 11 and tell me what that number is. Okay, probably somewhere in like the, I don't know, I suck at math. Like I said, it took me like 30 minutes to do. I can't do it in my brain, I have to do it on the calculator. Okay, so even at 85 an hour, doing a 50-hour work week, working on your business and in your business, you are getting basically able to pay yourself about $22 an hour. You guys, how does this sit with you? Are you with me so far? I love your comments and everything so far, but I'd love to hear from you. Would that work for you? And if it does, great, okay? But I feel like just barely we're starting to get like maybe in the ballpark, maybe. And for some of you, especially if you're a sole provider of your family, you've got a family of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or more, you can't live on that. I literally talked to somebody today. She's got 3 children. She's got a husband who's underemployed, and they make about $30,000 a year. That is poverty for a family of 5, you guys. And that's why I'm here, is because the struggle and the disease of poverty is rampant in this industry. And I'm out to elevate people out of poverty and out of struggle and truly where you can thrive. Okay? So that's why I'm doing this. You have to know the freaking numbers. All right. So what do you guys think? $22 an hour working 50 hours a week, would you do it? If that was your paycheck, would you do it? Okay. I personally wouldn't. I just wouldn't. But then again, look, some other things to consider. I am 25 years into my career, you guys. I became a massage therapist when I was 17, 18 years old. I would not go back and work for a spa for $22 an hour. I just would not, I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that, okay? So, but those are some things to consider. And honestly, but again, if you're a 22-year-old and you're like, you're like right out of college or right out of school and you're like, holy cow, I'm just totally, balling at $50,000 a year, then that could work for you. But the point is, without this math in front of your face, you'll just be shooting blindly. You'll just be shooting blindly. Okay? So, something else I wanted to say about that, but I forgot. Okay, so now let's look at, so that's $85 an hour. Okay? Now let's look at $95 an hour. And that's so funny because so many people I end up talking to, I'm like, you should be charging $115, $125, and they just go, how can I do that? Well, my students do it all the time. Most of my students raise their rates at least $20 right out the gates once I show them why and how to actually do it without losing clients, without the fear of losing clients. Okay, so $95 an hour. Ready? All you 15 a week people, if you're charging $95 an hour, you're maxing out at 33-hour work week. Okay, and you're basically able to pay yourself $21.50 an hour. Okay, $21.50 an hour. All right. Oseo Maya, would having a virtual receptionist help reduce costs, by lowering the time spent in between people? Well, no, because that's an expense. A receptionist is now going to cost you $15 an hour, $12 an hour, something like that. So now you're just eating up your revenue. You can reduce the time if you are quick at it. But most of us don't want to be a junior version of a franchise and be herding people in and out like cattle. Most of us actually do need to spend a little bit more time with our clients. But that's another reason why I'm saying you need to charge for all your time, not just the hands-on time. And your rates need to cover it all. And I'm not saying you should tell your client it's a 60-minute massage, but I'm charging you for 90 minutes. Your price for a 60-minute massage should cover all of the time. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. And once you really get this dialed in, a lot of you can do 15 minutes in between. And that way you're going to drive up your pay per hour if you can do that. But I'm just looking at the slowest massage therapists or, having enough padding to take that into consideration. Okay. Now I literally can just create a calculator where you could drop in an hour and 1.25 hours or 1.5 hours and all that stuff. Okay, so $95 an hour, 15 sessions a week. That's 33 total hours to run your business. You are at $21.50 an hour estimated take-home pay. At 20 sessions a week, charging $95 an hour, you're at a 40-hour work week. That is estimated take-home pay of $23.50. At $95 an hour, at a 25-session week, which is about a 50-hour work week, you're paying yourself $24.50 an hour. Does that work for you guys? Would you want to be working for 40 hours a week for $23.50 an hour? Okay, I genuinely want to know, so let me know in the comments. Would you do that? Running your business, putting all of your risk on the line, being the sole proprietor, investing what you have into your business, your time, your energy, attention, putting your name out there, your reputation, all that stuff. Is that worth it for you? Okay, again, only you can decide that. Okay, now let's look at $100 an hour. And I'll tell you, this is why I believe this should be pretty much the minimum that we are charging for our services. Okay, $100 an hour at 15 sessions a week, so that's a 33-hour work week. Now you're starting at $22.50 an hour. If you're doing 20 sessions a week, again, that's a 40-hour work week. That's $25 an hour. Okay, now I'm getting interested. $25 an hour, okay, that's pretty great for not having this is a trade school, you guys. Massage therapy is not necessarily a college degree for many of us. $25 an hour, right out of school, I think that's actually pretty great, okay? $25 an hour. And then those of you that are wanting to do 25 sessions a week, again, that's a 48-hour work week, and you're paying yourself essentially $26 an hour. Now, you guys, again, there is some variance in this. If you take less than an hour and a half for a 60-minute session, that number's going to go up. If you If you, let's see, a couple other factors that could change. Oh yeah, based, the variable profitability of your business. You might be able to pay yourself more per session if all of your expenses and your taxes and things are set aside, and then you have profit left over. Then that's your money, and you should take it out of your company. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of variables here, but I'm just looking at the most straight across the board, simple estimation, kind of worst case scenario. But can you see at this right here, 20 sessions a week at $100 an hour? That's basically, you're going to be grossing about, let's see, your business should be grossing about close to $100,000 a year. That's your business gross revenue. You should be able to pay yourself about 50. Okay. So, and again, unless I'm looking at that and I'm like, maybe my numbers are slight. No, they're actually not. 49,500 working 11 months out of the year. Okay. So I feel like 50,000 a year for a full-time job as a massage therapist. That's like the bottom decent salary that you should be able to pay yourself. You know what I mean? And again, it depends on your needs, you guys. It depends on your situation. It depends on your economic needs. But listen, when you consider self-employment tax, personal income tax, your business is going to have to pay taxes as well. You're going to have all your expenses for the business. You're going to have your life and your lifestyle. And, I talk to so many of you that literally can't afford music lessons for your kids that want it, or you can't afford, I talked to a woman yesterday who's literally living on beans and rice and peanut butter. You guys, this needs to end. This needs to end. Okay? As grown-ups, we deserve to thrive. And if we're going to put our heart and soul on the line for a business that we love, why shouldn't you be compensated well for that? Especially as heart-centered entrepreneurs that are doing amazing transformational work for people. What's that worth for your client? If you're really, and I know you guys are, because I know the people that I attract into this group, they're not just people that they're not trying to rip people off. They're not unethical. You guys are all amazing. I mean, most of the people that I've talked to are passionate about this. You're skilled. You've got training, like so many certifications and credentials and things that you've invested $15,000 or more in your massage therapy education, but you have no idea how to actually make money. Well, part of it is because a lot of you think that $65 an hour is a lot of money. And if that's your belief, then you should hang around me a little bit more, and you should definitely get some high-level coaching and mentoring, because $65 an hour doesn't work anymore. It's almost the year 2020. I was charging $65 an hour in 2002 when I was a 23-year-old or 20, you know what I mean? To see you guys still charging 60 and 65 and even 75 an hour. Yes, good, Janine. Yeah, 90. I mean, that's where we need to be moving. Does this make sense, you guys? Even though I know it's currently backwards, which again, I hope when I posted it flips around. If it doesn't, then fine. That's backwards numbers. But a lot of our thinking is backwards about this. And that's why I wanted to be straightforward about this and take the time to actually show you guys how these numbers work. Because anybody that's charging $65 an hour is going out of business. Unless you're okay living on food stamps and welfare and poverty, $65 an hour is not sustainable. Neither is 60, and 75 is barely getting on the radar. And, does that make sense, you guys? Okay, so listen, I do this because I love you, and I know how bad it sucks to struggle. I struggled and failed and quit. You didn't spend tens of thousands of dollars on massage school to go put on a uniform and crank out 8 massages a day for $12 an hour. You didn't do that. And you didn't go to massage school because dog grooming school was full and there was no other hope for you. Most of you that I talk to and that are a part of this group and that are really paying attention here, you are truly gifted and truly skilled healers. And just like I think it's so tragic that school teachers don't make more than NBA players because they're really doing the hard work, we need to end this disease from the inside. We are the ones that are undercutting ourselves and undercutting other therapists because we're afraid, because we don't believe in ourselves, because we don't believe we can command those rates. You can. I show people how to do that every day. And that changes their lives because then they get control of their income. They get out of debt. They pay off their credit cards. They pay off their student loans. They buy houses. They buy cars. They take their kids on vacation. I mean, these are like the success stories of my graduates, and it makes me so happy because you totally deserve to thrive. So I just invite you to join with me in this conversation about, what the hell is up with this? Why are we doing this to ourselves? It's just fear. It's fear, it's mediocrity, it's self-doubt issues, and it's self-worth issues. And we need to stop undercutting each other, stop competing on price, get a niche, become a specialist. And then you have a fighting chance at doing what you love and waking up in the morning going, oh my gosh, I can't believe my life is so awesome that I get to serve these amazing clients that love what I do, that show up on time for their sessions, that pay me when they miss them, that you get to have the dignity within yourself and have the business know-how so that you're not just running in a very, very expensive hobby. All right? Okay, let me see what your comments are, you guys, and then I've got to bounce here. I hope this has been a very important and useful math lesson for you today. Good, Julia, absolutely, you should raise it. Yeah, and see, Janine confidently charging $90 per hour. She's one of my graduates. People in your town are charging $65. Let them. Because what happens when you show up on the scene charging $100 an hour and everyone else is charging $65? I'm going to tell you right now, the world is full of mediocre massage therapists. You don't need to be one of them, okay? All right, let's see here. Yeah, I know, right? Therapists charging $50 an hour. Oh my gosh. Amy, your arms look great, by the way, side note. Well, thank you. Lynette, you charge $85 south of Seattle. Okay, good, Lynette. I hope that's helpful for you because $85 is like my lowest minimum, standard depending on what it is that you want for your life. Okay, so Evie, tell me how to say your name. Is it Evie? Is it Evie? Do you charge more for different modalities? No. That's the thing, you guys. That's the thing. Do not charge more for different modalities. Not necessarily. Okay, there are some exceptions to that. Very few. But don't charge for different modalities. Just raise your rates as high as you can to include everything anytime you need it with that client. Don't make it up to the client to decide financially if they need cupping or not. That's your decision. Look, when I go to the doctor, if I'm going for like an annual well woman exam or I'm going for a mammogram or something, they don't tell me like, okay, well, it's extra $5 if you want the hospital gowns that snap up on the side. Like, do you know what I mean? Don't make me make those decisions. I'm not thinking about that. When I show up, I'm like, okay, what the heck? What does this cost? And that's what it costs. So just charge as much as you can and charge for one flat rate for everything you do. Yeah, and that's the other thing. So Steven says everyone is competing with Massage Envy and Hand and Stone. That is stupid. You're not Massage Envy and you're not Hand and Stone. You guys do know how many it costs $5, $6, maybe $750,000 to open a Massage Envy. Their business model is not the same as a solo practitioner. You don't have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in the bank backing you, paying for your signage, paying for your parking lot, paying for your employee liability insurance and your managers and your marketing campaigns. That's what's crazy, is that you're... So funny, I remember thinking when I speak, sometimes people think I'm angry. I am a little bit angry. It makes me want to scream because it's just like, the thinking or the lack of thinking sometimes where people just look at that and they go, oh, that's what I need to be. No, you're not Massage Envy and you don't want to be Massage Envy. Massage Envy has its place. And God bless Massage Envy. They've brought massage to the masses. But also, you guys, like seriously, there have been over 300 lawsuits against Massage Envy owners for sexual harassment of clients with clients being sexually assaulted. I don't want that in my business. One lawsuit could absolutely take you down. That whole entire investment, gone. Okay? So just remember, you're not competing with Massage Envy. Don't try to copy their business model. Their business model is based on volume at a huge discount because they need to get people through the door in order to keep their doors open. They need to get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people coming in every month at a cheap ass price for a, generally speaking, low quality experience. And then they're like, oh, it's $69 an hour. Oh, but it's $5 if you want, So now there's $25 if you want aromatherapy, and they're doing all this upsell garbage, right? Okay. So Janine, I know Change Your Life. Janine, I was thinking about you today. I'm just, you guys are the people, I just carry my students with me because I know their struggles. And just this one lesson alone can change your life. So let's see what Andy says. I know therapists that charge as low as $40 an hour. So many sell on Groupon. I charge $65 an hour. Yes, Andy, you should, because $65 an hour is not going to get you where you want to go. Okay. But I'm afraid of losing clients. Well, Andy, we should talk. Get on my calendar. I'll empower the heck out of you and you'll get total clarity about this. Because look, you guys, Andy, right now, charging $65 an hour, I promise you, you're going out of business. Your business is not sustainable. And isn't that expensive? Isn't that the cost of not knowing, the cost of aiming too low is what we're talking about, okay? And a fear of losing clients. Well, you got to master your fear. The more, you guys, the more responsibility you get in life and the more influence you have and the more powerful you become in your business, it's really all about being powerful in the face of fear. And that's one of the, my number one thing that graduates of my program tell me is they say, I'm confident. They're confident, which means they can take action in the face of the fear. They see the fear, they know what to do with it, they don't have it stop them. Because Andy, do you want fear to be running your business? Do you want your clients to be running your business? Or do you want you to be running your business? It's a shift in mindset. It's a huge shift, and it's the shift that changes everything. Okay? Yeah, Steven, you work for Massage Envy with $20 per massage plus tips, right? You guys, that's why 60, 75, that you're still in Massage Envy pay right here, even at $85 an hour. You are potentially at Massage Envy pay, even if you're charging $85 an hour. Okay? I love it. Janine, people flock to me now. It's right, because we dialed it in with you, sister. Okay, oh, Evie. Thank you, Evie. Okay, Amy says, I just raised to 80, and now I'm going to extra specialize in lymphatic. Not sure. Yeah, post it in the grad group, Amy. I'm happy to help you with that. And then Jamie, good. Plan on raising going to tip, no tip. Good, Jamie, perfect. Okay. Yeah, Evie, you can't leave it up to your clients to choose for them. That's why you guys don't charge your clients for upgrades. Just raise your rates and tell them what to do. They're not. How would they choose? Again, you don't walk into the doctor's office and be like, no, this is what I need. I need this kind of IV and use this gauge needle to draw my blood and use this type of antiseptic. Like, that's ridiculous. You're the doctor, they're the patient. You should make the decisions for them as the expert. Yes, Lynetta, raise your rates anytime. Anytime, doesn't matter. Okay, good questions, you guys. Let's see, Jennifer says, I upped my price to $65 about a year ago and lost a handful. Okay, but Jennifer, there's a reason for that. You should get on the phone with me too. There's a reason for that, okay? So struggling to replace them. All therapists charge 55 and 60. I agree, 65 is just about poverty and I'm struggling. Okay, so Jennifer, how committed are you to fixing that problem? Because I only work with people that are committed to ending the problem now, that are decisive and that are coachable and that are resourceful. Because otherwise you're just always gonna struggle. See, there's a fear. Can you see that, Jennifer? There's a fear there. And there's also a lack of strategy. Okay, I teach people how to raise their rates all the time, anytime, and they don't lose clients. Because you have a couple of holes in your bucket that we need to fill, okay? So get on my website, go to rockyourmassagepractice.com and book a call with me or Coach Amy. Julia says, I went through Rebecca's program and without it, I'd likely be working my 9-to-5 job that I hated. Totally worth it. Okay, good. Same with you, Jody. Yeah, you guys, for those of you that look, I am here to serve you. I'm here to support you. I am on a mission to elevate this industry, and I am a mofo about it. Okay, I'm a relentless stand for your greatness. I have absolute respect for who you guys are. I have no respect for your fear and your lack of strategy and your playing small and your struggle. That's got to go. That's got to go. Okay, because you really deserve to shine. You deserve to be empowered. You deserve to live the best version of your life possible. And that's so important that you get trained as a CEO, that you get trained as a confident business owner so that you can make intelligent decisions about your business. Okay, now look, just because you're a great massage therapist doesn't mean you know business. How many of you go cross-eyed just looking at this and not because it's backwards on the live stream? You got to get comfortable with numbers. You got to get comfortable with fear. You've got to learn how to lead in your own business and lead your clients. Most of you are struggling because you're letting your clients lead you. Okay. You're welcome. Okay, good. So training, sorry, those of you asking about training, so go to rockyourmassagepractice.com. You can click to register for my free 60-minute training. It's a 60-minute webinar called 5 Shifts for Creating Your Own Thriving Massage Practice, even if you're surrounded by competition. Start there, that's a great place. Or if you're just like, no, I am ready to rock right now, I need help right now, my situation is dire, or I'm just totally committed to ending the struggle, then just go book a call. It's rockyourmassagepractice.com/application. So you'll pick a time on our calendar. It's either me or Amy that you'll be talking to. because guys, please understand, I cannot handle everybody. So I do have Coach Amy, who's trained to support you in these discovery calls. And then once you schedule a time, then it'll take you to another page to fill out your application. So make sure that you do that so that we have all the information to be super productive on our calls, okay? And those are free, you guys, free 60-minute calls. Use me up. I literally spend 3-4 hours of my day every day talking to you guys that are serious about getting help. Okay. All right. Tamar says I only do 90 minutes, 120/30 for mobile within a mile. So Tamar, you're charging way too little. You're just charging way too little. Now it's a good that you have a 90-minute minimum for out calls, but 120 is just way too little. You know, again, flat rate for out calls. Don't charge them for miles and radius. Look, what if you're at the next door neighbor's house giving a massage and then you go to their house? Are you still going to charge 30? It just simplify it. Terry says, took Rebecca's Academy and I'm doing amazing. Yay, Terry. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay. Yes. Okay, Jennifer, do it. Do it. Yeah, do it. And tomorrow, do it too. Look, you guys, listen. Here's the thing. The phone call is not a sales pitch. The phone call, most of the time, you'll be talking. We don't want people in our program that don't need it and aren't a good fit or wouldn't totally benefit from it. So understand, that's what we do. It's our job to look with you and look at what you want and look at where you want to go and look at what's in the way. And we only make offers for people to work with us if we are totally confident this would serve you. And if it wouldn't serve you, then we let you know that and we point you in the direction of some other resources. So this is as close to having like a person in your corner, like a business partner that's invested in your success, and we don't even charge for that 60-minute call. Okay, and if we think it's a good fit, then we'll invite you into the program. We'll give you the detail, what it takes, what we ask of you. We ask a lot because most massage therapists fail. We want to make sure we're working with the right people that actually have the potential to succeed. That's why I have such an awesome success rate, is because we screen out the people that we feel like don't have the actual insides of what it takes to succeed, or maybe it's just not the right time, type of thing, okay? So let's see, massage mother. Yeah, I know, it's all my people. I totally do. Totally want to support you guys. Tarina says, totally worth it. If your heart is racing right now thinking about it, that means you should. Guys, it's scary as shit to work with me, right? You guys think I'm intense on these live Q&As? You wait until I get my hands on you and in your business. But you're worth it. You're worth it. You know, like when you're doing CPR on somebody to save their life, CPR is like a 30% success rate anyway. That's not very much. But if someone is dying, you better believe I'm going to be cranking on their chest and giving it everything I got. And you know what? When you're doing CPR right, you crack people's ribs. You guys know this. You crack their ribs. And this person might wake up and go, whoa, my ribs are all cracked. It hurts. You're like, but I saved your life. Did you want me to not do CPR? Right? So of course I approach this with the intensity and the seriousness of that your life is on the line, because it kind of is. It actually really is. It totally is. Because I hear every day from people who are their ship is sinking, their marriage is under stress, they're in financial disaster, or they have never succeeded at anything and they're not going to fail at their dreams and they're scared. Or they've got mouths to feed. They've got debts to pay off. They have no savings, no retirement, and they're 52 years old and they're scared. And that is a scary place to be. But that's my job, is to help you succeed and fix those problems as quickly as possible. And if we need to get in there and, do some open heart surgery real quick, then you know what? It's perfect. It's going to save your life. And I promise I'm not mean, you guys. I'm just really passionate about this. Okay? So, Jamie, and I love you so much. She says, changed my life, you guys. I use it in business in general. Yeah. Jennifer, thank you, Jennifer. She says, wow, this live comes at the right time. I was thinking today of hanging out, massaging, get a real job. Yeah, don't give up on your dream. You can make it work. You can make it work. I have coached hundreds of massage therapists all around the world, from population 1,500 to major metropolitan cities, to make 2 times, 3 times, 4, 5 times what they're making now, or 5 times the national average for massage therapists here in the United States. And I've got graduates in Canada and Ireland and Australia, New Zealand, the UK, all across the US, literally all across Canada. You guys, the only question is, are you committed to ending the struggle? And are you willing to do what it takes to succeed? Do you want to thrive in your massage practice, or do you want to struggle on your own? Do you want to quit on your dream? And for most of you, the answer is, I want to succeed and I don't know how, but I do. And that's why I just love you guys. I'm so honored to support you. So I have to go, and I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope when I post the replay, it makes it not backwards. But if not, we'll take a look at that, and I'll see what I can do about getting some of this up for you guys so that you can see. But again, my main My main concern is that you guys know that you got to stop charging 60 and 65 and even 75 an hour. That's just not going to get you where you want to go. That is not a sustainable practice. You can't thrive at that level. You've got to get new business strategy. You've got to get a mindset reset. You've got to start thinking about this differently. And when you have that knowledge in your hands, it's truly power. Then you get to be the author of your own destiny. You get to create, no matter how many years you've been struggling. It doesn't matter. Like Jamie just said, I returned around her 13-year career. Like absolutely revived it. I've worked with people that have been doing massage for longer than I have. And they just didn't figure out a couple of those business pieces. But even if there's just one thing that you're missing, that one thing can make all of the difference, okay? So thanks you guys for spending your time with me. Thanks for being patient with my backwards whiteboard. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And again, for those of you that just want to reach out to me, just go to rockyourmassagepractice.com. Again, register for the free training. It's a 60-minute webinar. It'll change your life. And for those of you that are truly serious about your business and committed to ending the struggle, then you're just absolutely invited to book a call with me or Coach Amy, and that the instructions on how to do that are on the Work With Me page on the website. But just please, let us serve you. I'm out to cause a revolution here, and we've got to hit critical mass. I've got to get enough massage therapists that are empowered out there to change the climate of what is happening in our industry, because our industry is kind of doomed. But I'm here to support you guys in really, truly thriving and bringing the healing that you were meant to bring to your clients. Okay, that's really the big picture here, is that you have clients that need you. You have people that need your gifts. And it's my honor and privilege to help you bring that to the world and make a living doing what you love. Okay, namaste. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.